we go. Yeah, we get him. Oh my gosh, that could have been horrible. Imagine if we in today's video, I'm gonna be back in early car driving, and I got the CLS 63, which we're gonna be taking on the track for a challenge. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. Now the rules are pretty simple. We're gonna take this thing for a full lap without any crashes or any spin out. Sounds pretty simple. We just have to see how it does. So let's launch this thing in 3, 2, 1, blast off. Struggling for traction. Okay, it's finally hooked up, but not a bad launch. This thing seems pretty fast, but it's also rear-wheel drive, so I gotta keep this in mind during the entire the first lap, or during the entire track, that this thing is rear-wheel drive, because it can go very bad very quick, especially being rear-wheel drive. We already know to expect a lot of oversteer, but hopefully the tunes and the adjustments I made do help this thing stay straight. But let's have to see. The first oversteer there, yep, this thing it's slidey, it's slidey, but it's not very bad handling or trying to kill us. I mean it is, but it's not doing it very aggressive like how other cars could. But you gotta be careful because this thing is slidey. It has the potential to oversteer a lot, and it power slides a lot through the turns. We gotta keep that in mind. As long as we don't crash it and spin it out, we're pretty much good. I got something in my eyes. I don't even want anything in my eyes right now. I don't want anything to distract me, because I'm not gonna say overconfident in this thing, because usually that's how I end up crashing or spinning out when I get too confident, but I have faith in this thing, so I'm gonna try my best not to make it fail, because it is actually trying with me as well. Let me know in the comments if you guys think this thing is gonna make it to the end without any crashes or spin out. It should, as long as I can drive it good, because as I said, this thing is trying to oversteer and power slide on me, but as long as you're able to correct it, we're pretty much okay. That's the only thing that I've seen so far that could give me some issue. It still takes a turn pretty good, just a little oversteer and power slides that we gotta be careful of. But so far this thing is doing okay. I like it a lot and it sounds amazing. I'm gonna get a little third person action soon. Not here, I don't want to be in third person here. Way too risky. I think I know the most perfect spots where I can get a third person. That's how much I've been on this track. I don't trust third person on some parts of the map, as I say in every video, because I think that's what messed me up with one car, the Jaguar that I was testing out. Here isn't too bad for a little third person action. Wow, you can see the weight transfer, but right here we need our first person back ASAP, because we need to be seen where we're going and knowing when we should hit the brake, because you don't want to go too fast into some of these turns, especially this one. This turn is one of the main punishers on this track if you're not careful. But this part is pretty much just a flat. Can go full out as long as nothing unexpected happens. You're okay. Full send. Slow her down a bit. Slowing down there was optional. I don't think we really had to, but I prefer to slow down than to go too fast and mess it up and fail the score in the challenge. I'm taking every precaution. I mean, if we weren't doing the challenge, I'd probably go in a lot harder and sending it into some of these turns, trying to spin it, but I'm not going to do that right now. We don't need to take unnecessary risk. Okay, this part is kind of smooth, can kind of accelerate a bit quick. Look out for this turn here. This turn can be very dangerous if you're not careful, especially because you're just coming from a straightaway and you're like fully accelerating, and when you get to that bit, if you try to brake too late, that's a bye-bye for you. There's no safe in the car. This part too, also a little tricky bit. If you've been watching my videos, like a lot of my videos, you should know this track by like a needle and threaded. Ooh. And you guys should master, like, well, not really master the turns, but know some of the most dangerous turns on the track, or for me. It depends on how long you've been watching, but like I know the most, well, I'm not going to say for everyone, but most turns that would mess me up, I have them memorized. I'm not going to say it would be for everyone. In my opinion, those are the turns that I've messed up on so many times. Maybe it's different for other players, because maybe they have different car, different setup, all of that stuff, but for me, I know most of the turns that usually mess me up. But that's what depends on the car too. Some of the cars can take them with ease, some of them can't. This car is actually taking most of the turn with ease, even though it did see some oversteer and power slide. The blow off on this thing is so aggressive. It's super loud, it's insane. Get a little third person action here. This thing sounds like it's breaking the sound barrier in the game. You guys can see the weight transfer and all of that good stuff. Hear the car in third person. I don't want this thing to start oversteering on me in third person, because that would be very, very bad. I feel like I can control the car a lot better in first person, especially if it oversteers or power slide. I'd rather be in first person. I don't want to be in third person. It's gonna make me mess it up. So I'm trying my best not to have this thing do any power slides or oversteer in third person, because that would be very, very bad for me right now. Okay, that thing is breaking the sound barrier. Full send up this little hill. Oh my god, the blow off is aggressive. Super aggressive. Okay, oh my bro. I need to really examine my performance when I'm at this part of the map, because I swear every time I get to this bit my game starts to lag. I swear in almost every video it happens. I'm pretty sure in almost I'm positive. Like the past 4 or 5 videos, every time I get to this bit of the map my game starts to lag for some reason. I really need to examine or find out what's happening there. Is there like a trigger that I'm driving over and it trigger my game to start lagging, or what? So I'm pretty sure every time I get to that bit, like the game freezes for like half a second and then it just goes back to normal. But I really need to see what's happening there. But so far we're pretty much halfway through the track and this thing is doing wonderful. Could have been bad there if I was going a bit fast into that turn, but we were able to correct it. I was definitely at the wrong entrance of that turn as well. I was at the apex before I even started turning. Oh, getting crazy a little. But considering the fact that this thing is rear wheel drive, this thing is doing absolutely super well. Even though it's starting to get crazy, like I can see that the tires are spinning and we're getting some loose of traction, is still doing super well. We've made it through most of the turns in one piece, so I'm proud of it. Oh, getting crazy on me. Calm down. This thing is a beast. It just wants to unleash the power in every corner if you're not careful. But I'm pretty sure we could be taking some of these turns a lot faster, but we'll also be adding oversteer and power slides, which is a risk that I said we don't need to take doing the challenge. As long as we don't keep on the gas while turning, this thing shouldn't oversteer. I mean, like if we wanted to go faster, we'd have to be on the gas, so then that would kind of be a little problem, because we'd have to oversteer, the power slide, all of that stuff. I mean, I think it's still very controllable, but I don't think we really need to be trying to test the car to that bit to have it fail. That would like be us purposefully trying to fail the car. Like going a bit fast here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we get him. Oh my gosh, that could have been horrible. Imagine if we failed at the end. Yeah. Oh, that was crazy there. But we have this thing under control. The engine is screaming. Oh my gosh. I can say this thing successfully passed the challenge very proud of it. Wonderful. If we crash or anything happens now, it doesn't matter. We made it to the end. So if we crash, if the car flipped, the tire burst, something magic happened and we crash, it doesn't matter because this thing already passed. And I'm very proud of it, especially during at the end there. That could have been very, very bad. I'm very happy we were able to control it there because I was not expecting it, but sometimes with rear-wheel drive cars, unexpected things can happen at almost every moment. And now I'm gonna show you guys the setup real quick that I have for this thing. I can't remember if this thing I can't remember if this thing had bad handling before, because I don't recall driving it that much, but I don't think this thing really handled that bad before. I think the stock like setup and tunes are okay. If you want to change it, you can, but for the alignment, this is how I have it. The camber, caster, the toe, the suspension, this is how I have it. The stiffness, you can slow down the video or pause if I'm going too fast. The rear, the damping, the rear, height offset. I feel like we could lower it a little bit more, but I'm gonna let it stay like this. I don't want this thing too low. The wheel offset, that's pretty much stock. The gearbox, optional if you want to change it to mine. I did shorten some of the gears. I feel like this thing should have a higher top speed. I need to reinvest in the gearbox and the differential, the final drive. But this will have the differential, the rear diff power, rear diff coast, rear diff preload. And for the steering, this is how I have it. But this thing is a beast. I absolutely love the handling, and considering the fact that it's rear wheel drive, it did very, very well. I gotta give it that. It did very well, even though there were some turns where this thing tried to go crazy and go spin out on me. We were able to control it, so I don't see any faults here. This thing did absolutely well. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found it helpful, and peace out.